Yes, good evening. Yes, it is the last day for January 2024. Talking about 31st of January. Today, Wednesday. You know how we do it on a daily basis. We give you the education headlines review as they were published in the dailies. And today is not an exception, except for that today we have interesting content for you here on our channel. We have the Street Jam already dropping, and this year there's a little adjustment in that Street Jam. That is to say that the Street Jam will be coming once every month. That's going to be at the last week of the month, and today being the last day of January, we have something dropping for you. And then on the 1st of every month we'll be giving you the month in review, right? So how we look at the month, that's the January in review when we go into February to see how it pans out. I am Chus Crystal, welcoming you to another edition of the Education News Update. So let's delve into the headlines as they were published today, Wednesday, 31st of January. We begin with the Guardian newspaper, and the Guardian begins with the story, says the changes to Canada's study permit system and its implication. That is a feature story in the Guardian newspaper. And then we move on to Daily Post. Daily Post says SUBEB partners NHGSFP to advance basic education in Zamfara. Okay, that is the Zamfara State Universal Basic Education Board partnering with the NHGSFP. That is National Homegrown School Feeding Program. Okay, feeding program again. We go. All right, let's move on. Police arrest 2 men who robbed school after drugging security guard in Lagos. So security people, you have to be on guard because these people are not taking it easy. All right, NBA FIDA storm court for suspended Unica professors trial. Representative of the Nigeria Bar Association NBA and the International Federation of Women Lawyers FIDA on Wednesday stormed the Federal High Court Abuja for the trial of Professor Cyril Ndifon, the suspended Dean of Faculty of Law, University of Calabar, that is in Unica. All right, we move on to the Independent. The Independent has a story. Tech Fund NRF grants Yaba Tech researchers 34 million naira for prostate cancer treatment. That's the Tertiary Education Trust Fund. Tech Fund National Research Fund has awarded 34 million naira, which is as grant for cancer treatment to the Yaba College of Technology research team. Build a Ton. This story was available yesterday. Build a Ton. Federal government concludes tech learning initiative with success in Owerri, Maiduguri. The Federal Ministry of Communication, Innovation and Digital Economy has concluded the first of its kind Build a Ton initiative, which is aimed at introducing senior secondary school students to embedded system and maker culture. Okay, you can do well to read up more on that story. Now we'll move on to the Daily Nigeria. Daily Nigeria has a story. Tinubu condemns Ekiti killings, direct rescue of kidnapped pupils. I wish directives were as good as actions to help our military, but then it is what it is. Directive is not just enough. We must meet this issue in the board and ensure that our children are safe when they are going to schools. Canada province bans Nigerian students order for 2 years. Bans Nigerian students order for 2 years. All right, British Columbia, a Canadian province, has banned international students for 2 years. The education minister of the province said that this is necessary to wipe out exploitative practices in the system. Wow, that means people are being exploited by this travel to Canada for study. Now, Wike approves 30.9 billion naira for FCT school rehabilitation project. This is coming from the FCTA secretary, the Federal Capital Territory FCT minister Nyesom Wike has approved 30.9 billion for massive school rehabilitation projects in the Federal Capital Territory. Yes, this I think I got that story on the mainstream earlier this morning. All right, the news, that's the Sun News is saying, is giving us this particular story. Imminent strike. ASUU begins mobilization of members. ASUU begins mobilization of members. Worried by the non-implementation of outstanding demands by the federal government, the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASUU, has begun a nationwide mobilization of members in public universities. Wow, this is not a good one at all for all our students in the tertiary institution. Now the question is, when will we stop having strike in Nigeria? What are we supposed to do differently in order to eliminate the strike? Are we actually taking education serious? Now this is very interesting to talk about, and I wish I could say the end to striking in Nigeria is in sight, but it is what it is. Go straight to the website www.crystaledunews.com.ng and read up more of the stories, and of course drop us your comment. Now that is actually the last story for today, coming from the Sun newspaper. Okay, now before I let you go, you know how I always close up with this story talking about that of the did I say story? Talking about our Crystal Education Student Presenters Challenge. Yes, the registration is still on. It closes on the 14th of February. So do well to hit on our website and register as soon as you can, and then do your video, make all the necessary payments so you can be in this challenge. It promises to be great. It promises to be great, I can assure you, because we are getting a lot of signals from various quarters for those who are interested in partnering with us on this project. We say you are welcome. On this note, I say good evening and have a pleasant night rest. Bye for now.